The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Cool Winds Farm, Midland Acres, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, and thestable.ca. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to the Van Wert County Fair in Van Wert, Ohio. And we are here tonight with Brad Conrad.
Hello, Susan.
Frank Frost and myself. And
hello.
We're gonna have a great night of racing.
It is a beautiful night. The weather has finally broken, and it's just gorgeous here tonight and ready for a big night.
Yeah, like I said, 12 races, 73 horses. I believe they said that this was the 165th Van Wert Fair. So a great tradition here. They are going to be calling for the horses pretty soon. As I said, we have 12 races tonight. We have the Ohio Fair Racing Conference stake races. We have two divisions of the Signature Series. And here they call it the Peony Pace.
The Peony Pace. Yeah, it seems like every fair has their own name, you know, their own way to kind of do the Signature Series. It's kind of nice, you know, in Wapakoneta, I think it's the Moon City.
Yeah.
Trot or pace and things like that. So, yeah, it's kind of neat how they do that.
Yeah, kind of personalizes it for these fairs.
Right. Getting some more changes coming in from Bill Peters, our announcer.
Yeah, we do have quite a few driver changes already. In the first race, the 2-year-old filly Pace, this is the first of two divisions. The 1-horse, Don't Go Bacon My Heart, will be driven by Ronnie Gillespie. The 3-horse, Mrs. L. Pierce Henry. And the 6-horse, Arts Beats, Jason Merriman.
Looks like Kim Pluta had a couple of drives in this race. So he had to pick which one he wanted.
I noticed in going through the program that there's a lot of horses here from Michigan.
It seems that way, yeah. And this gets this is a little further north than I usually go for my work, so I don't know a whole lot of these people as well as I do, you know, some of the other circuits are a little further south.
Yeah, this is a long ways
This
north.
is a long way. A long way from our home base, isn't it?
Nothing like what we got coming up, though.
No, where are you headed?
We got Montpelier.
Oh, that's way up in the corner, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tippy top.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really still Ohio or not.
It's very close. I know that much for sure.
Rumor is we wanted to trade it, but they were only offering a third-round draft pick, and we wanted a first round.
We need a first for that. There's no way. Got to be smart about those trades.
Yeah. But all these races are just a lot of fun, and we will be back to see these races after this short message.
The fall of 1855 saw the founding of the annual Van Wert County Fair. Earlier that same year, a local newspaper had pushed the Agricultural Society to host a fair promoting area farm development. Despite public demand, the first fair was humbling. The one-day event had 1 horse, few poultry, a pig, 2 cows, and just some artwork to exhibit. However, by 1857, the fair had become so competitive that land was purchased to keep up with expansion. For only $187, the Van Wert County Fair finally had a permanent home. In 2 decades, the fair had extended to 3 days, and admission was increased to 25 cents per person. A saloon, Wheel of Fortune, dance floor, and racetrack had all been added to the grounds. A $20 purse was given to the fastest trotter of the day. Today, the Van Wert County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing and include a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fairs. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 21 fairs in 19 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier.
And we are back in Van Wert, Ohio. Getting ready for the first race. Looks like the horses are making their way onto the track. We'll be doing a post-parade soon. And we'll be getting ready for the first race.
Yeah, this is the 2-year-old filly pace. The 2-year-old filly pace record here, track record, is 2 minutes and a fifth. Silver Dollar Star holds that record from 2002.
It's a long one.
That is a long track record.
The track looks like it's in great shape tonight, so you
It
get
does
some
look
get
good.
some fast miles.
Yeah, I see the horses are gathering up. This is another one of those fairs where the rides are pretty darn close to the track.
They are, yeah. That's got to freak the horses out sometimes,
Yep.
especially the 2-year-olds. You never know what they're gonna get when they get around that turn.
Right, and especially when they, I mean, those are some
Yeah.
fast-looking rides over there.
Way up in the air, bright colors.
Yep.
It's good training for these young horses.
Yes.
Get them used to
Definitely.
everything.
That's right.
For driver Ronnie Gillespie. 2 is Leighton Great, owned by Christopher Houston of Jackson, Mississippi, Cleveland Moore of Flora, Mississippi, Fabian Johnson of Jackson, Mississippi, and R.P. Roper of Jackson, Mississippi, trained and driven by Derek Flowers. Number 3 is Mrs. L, owned by Paul Hirschberger of Townville, Pennsylvania, trained by April Roach, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 4 is Paradise Raquel, owned by the Levan Stables Incorporated of Woodstock, Ohio, Darmafell Racing Enterprises of Sylvania, Ohio, and Max Perry of Cable, Ohio, trained and driven by Hank Levan. Number 5 is Rockin' Sage, owned by Nathan Yoder of Odin, Indiana, trained by Kevin Slaybaugh and the driver Don Harmon. Number 6 is Arts Beach, owned by Jerry Meigel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Jason Merriman. And number 7 is Fool, owned by Steve Novak of South Lyon, Michigan, Tracy Seekman Hathaway of Concord, Michigan, and Chestnut Acres LLC of Concord, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak. The will take one score and go to the gate. 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Waging in race 1.
We're trying to fix the audio, so
Yeah.
we've
so
got us though.
We've got us, so we may now. Brad Conrad is a photographer here. He's on the broadcast. Maybe we can get him to do a little announcing here if we can't get
Oh,
this
I don't know
audio
about
fixed.
that. I don't know about that. Broadcasting, I've always wanted to get into a little bit, but I'll be the first to admit that calling a race would probably be a way above my abilities.
I think it's a very hard thing to do. I don't know how.
I don't know how they do it either.
Yeah.
And I don't get a chance. Bill Peters is our announcer here, and I don't get a chance to hear him very much on the circuit that I travel. And it's kind of fun to hear him.
Mm-hmm.
It's every announcer has a different style, but it's fun to
Yeah.
hear Bill. I only hear him once or twice a year.
Yeah, it is. He's been doing this for like 60 years, and it's just incredible all the different jobs that he has, especially in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, because he's a regional coordinator, and then he's the announcer, and a lot of times he's the clerk. And right now checks in between the races. So
Writing checks, charting races,
Yeah.
announcing, he'll do it all.
he's a man of many talents, that's
He
for
is.
sure.
He loves the industry, that's
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, and we need people like that.
We do.
And it's the hard part is to think about some of us are getting a little older, and we need younger people to come in and try and help us out with this. So if you are ever interested in being a judge, an announcer, a broadcaster, anything like that, you can call the OHHA office in Grove City, Ohio, and we can certainly hook you up with maybe a mentor.
Yes, yeah, there's plenty of them out there, and like you said, there's going to come a time here where we're going to need to replace some people
Yeah.
and get some more out there. And so, anybody who would have an interest, it'd be good to get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at some of these horses in this first race, 2-year-old fillies. We've got Don't Go Bacon My Heart, who has had 6 starts, hasn't hit the board yet, was scratched sick the last start at Hicksville. Did finish 4th a couple times. Fastest she has pace is 2, 3, and 4 that we can see on her program, and that was over at Tiffin. Late and Great, the 2 horse, has 3 wins this year. and was racing over at Hawthorne Park in Chicago, and where she had a qualifying record of 1:58.4. And
Said there was going to be a line to be announced from just 2 days ago over at Hawthorne. But
I have that one, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have that.
Oh, okay. My
Where she,
program didn't have that, so.
She raced in a Phillies 2-year-old race, finished 4th, and pacing 56-3.
Not
so,
too bad.
Yeah.
Coming back 2 days later and hit the county fair circuit.
Yes, that's it. We'll see how she does. I mean, she's had some other good miles. She paced a couple miles in 58 at Hawthorne. Of course, Hawthorne is that mile track with that really long stretch. So
yes.
We'll see how she can handle these half-mile turns.
Definitely got a nice record. And I was kind of thinking that this might be the tougher of the two divisions, because there's a lot of money on the cards of some of these horses. And I looked ahead to the other division of the fillies, and there seems like they're just about as good.
There's
a lot of money on their cards too. So
I think that these fillies, some of them have quite a few starts, some of them not so many, but it's been a tough bunch all year. 2-year-old pacing fillies have been tough. Whether or not we can break that track record for the 2-year-old filly pacers, that remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen.
That is what would that be, a 19-year-old track record?
Something like that, yeah.
That'd
be a good start to our night here.
It would be.
Start off the night with a track record. Be in good shape.
Mrs. L, who is going to be driven tonight by Pierce Henry, has 6 starts and 1/3. Paradise Rock L, Hank Levan, has 11 starts, 3 seconds and 3/3. Rockin' Sage, 6 starts, 2 seconds, 3/3. Arts Beach will be driven by Jason Merriman and had a win at Napoleon in 2:7-1, but pacing 2:2 last week at Hicksville. And Fool Rockin' Lady has 5 starts and 3 seconds. So they are headed to the gate.
Gate is in motion. Looks like we're ready for the first.
Raquel now over one is late straight. Up on the outside third is Rockin' Sage. And there's one that don't go big in my heart. Up on the outside fifth now comes Mrs. L. Racing at the rail 6, that's Fool Rockin' Lady, and the last horse is Art Speed. Heading down the right side over that quarter-mile mark, Hakelman has Paradise Rock L on top by a length and a half. Racing in there second is Late Straight, driven by Derek Flowers. Racing third is Rockin' Sage, driven by Don Harmon. So we got fourth is Don't Go Big in My Heart, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. The right there fifth is Mrs. L, driven by Chris Henry. Sixth is Fool Rockin' Lady, driven by Kim Boyd. And the last horse, Art Speed, driven by Jason Merrill. First quarter was paced in 48.4 seconds. As the race around the number turn to go down past the St. Louis time. That's Paradise Rock L by a length and a half. Still racing in there second is Leighton Grace. Moving up on the outside third now comes Don Harmon with Rockin' Sage. After rail fourth now trying to rescue the outside. Don't go making my heart down. And Don Harmon still up the rail fourth with Rockin' Sage. We're racing in their fifth is Mrs. L. First half paced in 59 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that turn to head down the backside and race over that 3/4-mile mark. Now Paradise Rock L shows on top by 2.5 lengths. Still racing in there second is Leighton Grade. On the outside third, Don't Go Big in My Heart. That's the rail fourth, that's Rockin' Sage. Moving up fifth along the rail, now comes Mrs. Bell. On the outside sixth is Rockin' Lady. And the last horse is Art Speed. 3/4 in 1:31 and Paradise Rock L now is from about 6 lengths on the field. Moving up second now is Rockin' Sage. Up on the outside third around that turn now comes Fool Rockin' Lady. Also on the move is
Okay, a mile in 2, 2, and 1. Paradise Rock L won by a lot. I mean, I'm going to say she was on top by 8.
I was going to say about 12.
Were you? Okay.
So let's cut the difference. So
Let's go
call it 10.
Yep.
But it was a
Let's
lot.
have 10.
You're exactly right.
Unofficially, it's Paradise Rock L was 1, Rockin' Sage 2nd, and Fool Rockin' Lady was 3rd. That's unofficially by my eyes, so. We have our co-host tonight, Brad Conrad, down in the winner's circle. He had to go quickly and take a picture across the finish line, and now he's over in the winner's circle and going to take that picture. We're trying to rectify the audio.
Hey, Henry.
And we're doing the best that we can. So I know it was a little bit fuzzy. At least that what I could hear was a little bit fuzzy, but we're trying to get it a little bit better for you. Frank is frantically working over here. My goodness, we have a large crowd going out into the winner's circle. This Paradise Rock L is owned by the Levan Stables, Dharma Fall Racing Enterprises, and Max L. Perry.
Dave Myrick says, glad to have the A-team announcing tonight. The only thing missing on the YouTube broadcast are the horses and drivers and trainers down the left side.
Yeah. And thank you for reminding it, because we will get those to you.
Paradise Rock L, owned by the Levan Stables Incorporated, Darlington Racing Enterprises, Max Perry, and raised in the victory by Hank Lamar. The winner for this race is given loving memory of Bob Highland. Bob was a member of the fair board here at the Van Wert County Fair for many years. Did a lot of work here on the track, especially he was really in charge when we had the thoroughbred racing in the afternoon on Labor Day and harness racing at night. Bob was really the top man getting that track back in shape for the evening harness races. And Bob is certainly missed here at the Van Wert County Fair. The blanket is given in his memory.
What a nice crowd in the winner's circle, my
Let's
goodness.
go again here for the Levans, the Darwinvilles, and the Perrys at Paradise Rock L. The family is online for giving this blanket in Bob's memory. The official placing for race 1 to the top. 1, Don't Go Big in My Heart, 1-7. Number 2, Hunter Great, 1-6. Number 3, Mrs. L was 5th. Number 4, Paradise Rock L was the winner. Number 5, Rockin' Sage was 2nd. Number 6, Heart's Beach was 4th. And number 7, Fool Rockin' Lady was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 28 4/5. The half was in 59 2/5. The 3 quarters in 131 with a mile and 202 and 1/5. The Dalmatian Reed, 7, 6, 5, 1, 2, 4, 3 on the bottom, a mile and 202 and 1/5. First lifetime win for Paradise Rock L.
Okay, I'm going to repeat the rundown for you in case you didn't quite hear it. It sounds to me a little fuzzy, so I'm assuming that that's where you're hearing it too. So, Paradise Rock L was the winner. Rockin' Sage was 2nd. Fool Rockin' Lady was 3rd. Arts Beach was 4th. Mrs. L was 5th. Late and Great was 6th. And Don't Go Bacon My Heart was 7th. So if you have a program from the top down, it is 7, 6, 5, 1, 2, 4, 3. First quarter in 28 and 4. Half in 59 and 2. 131 to the 3 quarters. And 2, 2, and 1 for the mile. So a nice start. It was Paradise Rock L and then Rockin' Sage. And then most of them were kind of bunched in there later on. Turn that on. Okay. We're going to get Brad is back.
Now we're back.
Ta-da.
Yeah, you were right. Right there at the start, it was a little close, and then Hank pulled away and pretty much had his way with the field.
Yeah.
It was, first win of the year for that 2-year-old filly.
Yep, first win, and not a bad mark.
No.
2 minutes and 1/5.
Not bad at all. Had a beaten time of 2 minutes and 1/5 back several weeks ago, but now got to the winner's circle.
Yep.
Nice big crowd.
Yeah, and nice. Wasn't that a wonderful crowd in the
Yeah.
winner's circle? So many people. Okay, we're going to be back after a few short messages.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today. Last year was unique in many ways. The Little Brown Jug isn't the same without you, the fan. Make plans now to attend this year's Little Brown Jug, where history is sure to be made and a new champion will be crowned. You win the Little Brown Jug! The 76th Little Brown Jug is Thursday, September 23rd. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR to learn more about ticket packages. Be there!
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
We're back in Van Wert, Ohio, getting ready for the second race, 3-year-old colt trot, going for a purse of $9,535. Looks like just one division for these 3-year-old colt trotters, so a lot of money up for grabs, and no changes as far as I know.
Nope, I don't have any either.
Got all your nice little highlights there in your program, taking notes, all the good stuff.
I try, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare this time.
Can tell who the professional is here and who the newcomer is. You got all your notes and all your.
Yeah, you got it all in your head. That's
I don't know.
This is, like you said, one division going for $95.35, and I think we're going to see that a lot over the next couple weeks because there's so many fairs packed in.
There is. It seems like there's a lot. It seems like my fair schedule personally kind of starts to slow down here, but then when I start talking to other people, it's, I was talking to Mike Webkenberg earlier this afternoon and just talked about, I think he has 17 days of racing just to do this week.
Oh my gosh.
In several different locations. So, yeah, there's a lot of fairs going on right now.
Yeah, there certainly is, and it's from one end of the state to the other.
It's the Labor Day weekend, Labor Day holiday. I think a lot of fairs just traditionally kind of been around that holiday, and here we are, and it's a lot of them going on.
Yeah, so I think that for the horsemen, that's going to be good because the purses are going to be a little bit higher. There's going to be less divisions. And this is the time maybe when you can make some money.
That's right.
Racing at these fairs.
Get out there and get into a short field maybe with one division, and you're putting a lot of money on your card.
Yes, yeah. We saw that. I think the Burton is I think that's on Friday, and they had almost every division had just one division.
I think the same thing was supposed to happen at Caldwell. Caldwell canceled last night and tonight. But we were there last night for a while before they canceled and looking at the program. Same thing, 3 and 4 horse fields, one division for that particular, trot or pace, and so a lot of purse money there.
Yeah, for those of you who are looking for Caldwell, they postponed last night. They were going to go at 3 o'clock today with the last night's card and then finish up with tonight's card. But unfortunately, the rain just was too much for the track.
Too much, and last night it was strange because I think it just rained pretty much right over the town of Caldwell.
Oh.
Looking at the radar, it was,
It never moved.
No.
It seemed like it got caught in the valley.
Yeah.
It came over and just kind of sat on us at the track and just got heavy and heavier and heavier.
It just never quit. And I don't know about you, Frank, but when I got back on the road and got about 10 miles north, dry as a bone.
Yep, exactly.
Just, like it hadn't rained a drop. So just bad luck for Caldwell and their racing program, but they'll be back at it next year, I'm sure.
And we really have had good luck this year where we haven't had many rainouts.
No, I don't think there have been.
We had got rained
That's
out.
5 now.
That's 5.
And both were from same spots, I think. I think Carrollton got washed out both days at Caldwell, and there was one other one, I believe.
Yeah.
Cortland, I
Cortland.
think.
it was.
Cortland.
Yeah, Cortland got both
not Carroll.
days.
Cortland, you're right, yep.
Cortland had a
Yeah.
doubleheader that day, I think, and
Yeah.
they got washed out.
Yeah. But, I mean, for as much as we race at these county fairs,
That's not too bad.
and I attribute a lot of it to these tracks. I mean,
Yeah.
my gosh, they take good care of these tracks. It can rain, and they have great drainage.
Good crews to get out there and work them
Yeah.
and make sure that they're ready to roll.
Yep. Oh, we've got Bob Podmore watching, Dave Myrick.
Well,
Jenny Rose.
Dave Myrick must be a Susan Schroeder fan because he's worried about who's going to be at Canton tomorrow. So Susan's going to be there, and
Yep.
she'll be all set for that.
Susan's getting a fan club already. I like this.
Oh, yeah.
I like this. It's going to be Susan Schroeder groupies following you around.
It is amazing to find out how many people are watching us. Like I said, when we were at Greenville, I had somebody come up to me as I was walking around telling me which food vendors to go to. So,
See?
they know, the food quest I am on, and I've got my sights set for tonight on one Brad gave me the hot tip on.
You cannot beat it.
Now, yesterday at Noble, it was a little difficult because it's kind of like Rock Springs. The track is down, and the fairgrounds with everything going on is kind of up higher. So I walked up there before we got started, and it was funny because the Huff's Guide said that was day 2 of the fair. Some people said they didn't open until the next day. Other people said they were opening that day. So even the vendors weren't sure if they were open, but I found one with a chicken sandwich. Yeah. So we're looking to improve on that today.
You will. I guarantee it. I guarantee you're going to be better off today. That's quite a hike up that hill at Caldwell, too.
Yes, it is.
For an old guy like me.
Yeah, listen to you. Old like you, old like me.
Horses are on the track, it looks like.
Yep.
Getting ready to go.
Going for a purse of $9,535 and one courtesy of CCR Realtors Elaine Wert. Number 1 is Best Value, owned by Norman Sue Robbins of Republic, Ohio, trained by Norm Robbins, the driver, is Spears Henry. Number 2 is Don't Take My Key, owned and trained by John Kennedy III of Pepperville. Number 3 is Striking Line, owned and trained by Bob Brown of Jackson Mason. Number 4 is Sierra Spirit, owned and trained by Scott Altizer of Carroll Mason. 5 is Putter's Favor, owned by Marcus Chesky of North Transmission, trained by Ken Ham, the driver of Skip the Ball. Number 6 is Stormy Wayne, owned and trained by Tony Linehan of Hillsdale, Michigan, the driver of Don Hart. Number 7 is Firewell, owned by Michael Minya of Warren, Michigan, trained by Greg West, the driver Jason Merritt. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Use your windows closing in 4 minutes. Hurry and don't be shut out. There's Win, Place Joe, Exact Quadella, and Trifecta Wait for here in race 2.
Well, we have the Wopkenberg starting, Gabe. I don't believe that is Mike in the truck, though.
That is not Mike. I talked to Mike a couple of times today. I believe he is in Mount Gilead today. And his wife, Becky, was supposed to be at Caldwell. And to me, that looks like Kevin Beckstead.
Oh, okay.
Working the gate today. I know he works for Mike at several different fairs and does a real nice job. So, like I said, when I was talking to Mike, it made it sound like he's got every possible crew member on the road this week.
It's amazing the amount of fairs and the amount of miles that the Wopkenberg starting gates put on.
I think I do a lot of fairs. That guy's got me beat by a long shot.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Well, then he's going over into Indiana
Yeah.
sometimes
Yep.
and maybe even Michigan. I'm not sure about that, but
And before the fair season starts, he's doing schooling things at different fairgrounds for horsemen's associations. So, yeah, he's a very, very busy man.
Yeah.
But you're not going to find anybody who loves harness racing more than him.
That's very true. Very true. I always enjoy talking to him because he's always thinking of ideas.
He is.
You know,
Yeah.
I think the best thing he came up with when he has "We Start the Excitement," that
Yeah.
slogan for his gates. I mean, that's just so great.
It is. It's fantastic.
And he had T-shirts for a while, and he's always willing to let people ride in the gate, and that's just so.
He encourages that.
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
he'll tell me if I see or hear anybody, over on the front side that's talking about riding in the gate or wants to do something, he says, "Hey, point them my way.
Yeah.
Call me, get it done."
Yep.
Want to apologize to everybody for my ugly mug that was on there for a while as I was
Oh.
adjusting a microphone, standing right in front of the camera, and I looked up. I went, "Oh,
Nice, Frank. Nice.
oh."
Okay, we'll give you the rundown for this race because we don't have the pretty graphics on the side. So we got best value with Pierce Henry driving for trainer Norman Robbins. He has the rail. In the 2-hole, Don't Take My Keys, John Konetsky owns, trains, and drives. Striking Lion from the 3-hole, Bob Rowland. I was corrected today that I
Rowland. Okay.
Rowland, yes,
Okay.
that I was saying it wrong. And Bob is the owner, trainer, and driver. Sierra Spirit will leave from the 4-hole. Scott Alsheiser, also trainer, driver, owner. Claire's Favorite has the 5-hole with Skip DeMall, driving for trainer Kent Hesk. Stormy Wings, Don Harmon for Tony Langen. And Harwell out of the 7-hole, which will be in the 2nd tier. And Jason Merriman is driving Harwell for Greg West.
Only 3 wins in 10 starts. Only 3 wins in 10 starts is pretty good for the 7-horse, and $13,500 on the card. So pretty successful year so far for that 3-year-old.
Yeah, and got a qualifying record of 58-1 at Northfield Park. So that's that looks to be the 1-horse. Also has a win record of 58-1 at Northfield Park. So the 1 and the 7 are the fastest horses.
They're the ones to be.
The 7 is the favorite, though. I'll try to get over here and give you a quick shot of the tote board. Keep our people that want the tote board shown every now and then happy. There you go.
There it is.
Starting gate is in position. Wings are going to be open in a minute.
And we'll try to pick up Bill Peters. We're going to try something after this race, but we'll try this for now.
There at the boat. Starting gate is rolling now.
So the Browns can still sign. Oscar woke me up last night at 1 o'clock. Kept whining, so I took him out of his cage and ran. I'm like, gotta go outside, so I took him outside and didn't do nothing.
There they go.
Just kept running around the house.
Here, off and running the first horse away is Best Value. Dropping in their 2nd is Don't Take My Keys. Moving up to the longer end is Harwell. Up on the outside 4th is Stormy Wings. At the rail 5th is Striking Lion. In their 6th, that is Claire's Favorite. And the last horse is Sierra Spirit. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark. Jason Merriman now moves Harwell up on the outside to pour on the pressure on Best Value. And now Harwell takes over, and dropping back 2nd is Best Value. In their 3rd is Don't Take My Keys. Racing in 4th, Striking Lion, Claire's Favorite, and Sierra Spirit. First quarter trotted in 31 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around the upper turn to come down past the stand for the worst time. Jason Merriman and Harwell on top by 2 lengths. Racing 2nd is Best Value, driven by Pierce Henry. John Konetsky has Don't Take My Keys in their 3rd. Moving up 4th is Stormy Wings, driven by Don Harmon. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Jason Merriman and Harwell bringing the horses down to the half. Heading in there, 2nd is Best Value on the outside. 3rd is Don't Take My Keys. 4th is Stormy Wings. First half trotted in 102 and 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Harwell. The closest horse 2nd on the outside is Don't Take My Keys. At the rail 3rd is Best Value. 4th is Stormy Wings. Striking Lion right there 5th. Moving up 6th now is Claire's Favorite. And the last horse, Sierra Spirit. Don't Take My Keys now goes off stride. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That's still Harwell with the lead. Best Value at the rail 2nd. On the outside 3rd is Stormy Wings. Breaking Line 4th. And right there 5th is Claire's Favorite. 3 quarters in 134 and 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head to the dirt. That's still Harwell with the lead. Stormy Wings on the outside second. Best Value along the rail third. Moving up fourth now is Striking Lion. Fifth, and it's Claire's favorite. As they race toward home, that's Harwell and Stormy Wings. Harwell and Stormy Wings. It's going to be Harwell, and here the outcome. Stormy Wings up to place. Best Value to show. Mile in 204.
Mile in 204 and 4, Harwell. Horse that we were talking about earlier had 3 wins on the year, so now this makes 11 starts and 4 wins, 1 second, 2 thirds. This colt has a record of 158 and 1, taken in a qualifier at Northfield. Second win in a row, won at Hicksville last week in 2-4 after making an early break. So made that early break at Hicksville and came back to race really good and raced good tonight. 2-4 at Hicksville, 2-4 and 4 here today at Van Wert. Unofficially, Stormy Wings is second. Best Value is third. We will wait to make sure from our official track announcer, Bill Peters, and our presiding judge, Paul Combs.
Take a look across at everybody, and Bill Peters on the far left in the maroon shirt with the microphone.
I think Brad Conrad had to get off the track quickly because the water truck was coming in.
I told Brad we wanted stories. Like, have you ever fallen down going across a muddy track? Have you ever been hit by a horse, whatever,
Yeah.
some fun things.
We will find that out when he gets back up here.
Waiting on the payouts to come across. There they go. $4 on the win, $3.80 to place, $2.20 to show. The exacta $17.80. Trifecta of 761, paid $41.40.
First quarter was 31 and 2/5. The half was in 102 and 3/5. The 3 quarters in 134 and 2/5, with a mile in 204 and 4/5. The top it should read 364. 752, 1 on the bottom, a mile in 204 and 4/5.
Okay, we'll give you that rundown again in case you couldn't quite hear that. Harwell was the winner. Stormy Wings, second. Best Value, third. Striking Lion, fourth. Claire's Favorite, fifth. Don't Take My Keys, sixth. And Sierra Spirit, seven. So if you have your program from the top down, it is 364, 752, 1 on the bottom, 31 and 2, 102 and 3, 134 and 2, and 2, 4 and 4.
Just like we thought, the 7 horse.
Yep.
Did a nice job there. Picked up a second win in a row.
Yep, that was a good race, 2, 4 and 4. I should check what that 3-year-old Colt Trot record is. 2 minutes and 2/5 from 2019. A horse named I Get It.
I Get It. I think
Yep.
I Get It is leading maybe the Signature Series.
Oh.
This year, I think.
You almost got it from the water truck.
I know. I was debating, like, do I wait or do I have enough time? And I decided to risk it, and then we got it. We got it done.
So when we come back from these messages, we're going to talk to Brad about those near misses and see what else he's got to tell us.
There
So
might be a few.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
And Van Wert getting ready for the third race. 2-year-old Colt Pace, first division, going for $5,843. There's 2 changes, I think, that I have. It looks like you've got 3.
yep, I've got 3.
I missed the one on the first.
Yep.
Number 1 horse, is that Pierce Henry driving?
Yes.
On the 3 horse, changed the driver to Louis Levan. And on the 4 horse, tailored well, Tim Johnson will be the driver.
Okay, so back to these near misses, Brad. Have you had some unusual occurrences going off across the track?
There's been a couple, and it's been a while. It's been a few years. And probably, as far as I can remember, it's maybe the only 2 times that I've just completely bailed and not taken a picture of the finish of the race.
Oh.
And one was a long time ago at the old Montgomery County Fairgrounds in downtown Dayton. Those of you that remember that fairgrounds and that track, it's kind of squeezed into some city streets there on the last turn, and it made that turn very sharp and kind of difficult to navigate. And so I'm standing there, and the horses are coming off that turn, and one kind of comes wide and just keeps coming wide.
Oh.
And I believe it was an elderly driver. I can't remember. Somebody who's been around the block a while, and he just kept coming. And I thought to myself, well, he's not going to keep coming wide, and then he did, and he just kept coming and coming and coming, and to the point where I had to get through the fence and just get out of the way. And sure enough, he pretty much almost brushed up against the fence.
Oh, wow.
And so I bailed on that one. And then the other one was not too long ago at the Preble County Fair down in Eaton. And that was just an incident on the track. Horses turned for home. The horse on the inside, the bike broke and dumped the driver. And so the horse was loose, and then there was a horse to the outside of that, and they just started to drift wide. And I thought it probably best that I just get on out of the way. It was going to be really close.
Yeah.
And other than that, maybe just a few where I'm not quite paying attention as much as I should when I step back to take the picture. But I've been pretty lucky. I haven't been run over yet. I've been doing this a long time. So we're going to try to keep that streak alive.
Yeah, that is a
Find
good
some
streak.
wood to knock on here or something. Now that I've said that out loud.
Lots of wood to knock on in this old wooden grandstand, isn't there?
It sure is, yeah. A lot of it.
Well, that's and how many fairs about do you do?
This year I think I'm at 28.
Wow.
And that's been right about where I've been, kind of in the 26 to 28 range in the last several years. I've lost a couple, I've picked up a couple, and just kind of go from there.
And mostly, and those are mostly 2-day fairs, so you're actually like at 56 days.
Right.
Besides all the other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you do Miami Valley, Scioto, and Dayton.
And for our thoroughbred friends, maybe up in northeast Ohio, Mahoning Valley.
Oh.
I've got the contract on the track photographer there, so I've got 2 people up there that work for me and cover that track when they race. Their season runs late October till maybe mid-April for thoroughbred racing. So we've got that going on too.
Now, do they print the pictures and everything right there, or do you have to do that?
They send them back to me, and that's more because I'm a control freak, and I want to have the control. I want to know what they look like.
Yeah.
We've talked about maybe changing that, and we may sometime in the future. But yeah, it's with digital these days and email and file sharing and all that kind of stuff, it's pretty easy for them to upload those images, and I can get them down at home and get the prints made and send them back up there.
Wow, it is a lot different now, isn't it, than it was
unbelievable
years ago.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. My dad before me, so he's the one that taught me, and he taught me in a dark room with old enlargers, and we custom printed every one of these things, and it took all day in a dark room doing these things. And now I just sit at my desk with a computer and click the mouse a few times and then try to get them put together.
Are you good with Photoshop?
I'm good with what I do. Photoshop can probably do a lot more than I probably use 10% of Photoshop of what it's actually capable of.
All right, you're not my answer then.
Sorry, Frank. I'm learning. I'm trying new things all the time.
Trying to get our magazine out. We finally got our cover shot, but it's not perfect, and I got to lighten things up and do it, and I'm not a good Photoshopper. So
I might be able to help you with that.
Before we leave, we need to talk.
we'll talk Photoshop.
About that Photoshop, yeah.
It's funny, I go across the way, and I'm going to take a quick shot at him because I think he's watching the stream right now. Let's see, we're going to zoom in on him. I think he was watching the stream, the gentleman in the orange over there to the right.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's smiling over there. Give us a wave now, come on. Give us a wave.
Got the old thumbs up.
I had to stop and show him out where to find it and everything. So there we go.
That's kind of been a fun thing that we didn't think about, is that people, they check in, especially on our Facebook page, where they're watching from, and they'll say the grandstand, or they'll even say the starting gate.
Wow, there you go.
So, or back at the barns, we've got people watching from all over.
So let's see if we got a better.
First division of the 2-year-old
think
Colt
we got it
Stakes,
fixed.
going for a purse of $5,843 and a blanket courtesy of Dino Malenkoff. Number 1 is Seaside Meditation, owned by Joe Sobraco of Brecksville, Ohio, trained by Ryan Miller, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 2 is Okiel, owned by Levan Stables of Woodstock, Ohio, and Megan Levan of Woodstock, Ohio, Rosemary Levan of Lewistown, Ohio, and Max Perry of Cable, Ohio, the driver trained and driven by Hank Levan. Number 3 is Fear the Elk, owned by Levan Stables of Woodstock, Darmafell Racing Enterprises of Sylvania, Robert Morris of Radnor, and Max Perry of Cable, trained by Hank Levan, the driver Louis Levan. Number 4 is Tailored Well, owned by Tommy and Andrea Householder of Delaware, Ohio, trained by Tommy Householder, the driver Tim Johnson. Number 5 is Our Holy Terror, owned by Bill Webb of Defiance and Denny Miller of Archbold, trained by Bill Webb, the driver Jason Merriman. Number 6 is Gerald Jet, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Kim Pluto. Number 7 is Mr. Nuttin' Nice, owned by Charles Hurst Jr., Houston, Texas, trained by Roshan Trigg, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate and mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, and Superfecta wagering here in race 3. Against the barns, you plan to warm up after race 3. Have your horse.
Okay, we know Ronnie Gillespie is driving the 7-horse. Ronnie Gillespie is leading all county fair drivers. He has 60 wins after 43 fairs.
That's a lot of wins. I know I've seen him everywhere and taken his picture many, many times.
Yep, he is really rocking it this year. Jeff Neisonger's right behind him with 57, and Cam McCowan with 53. So those 3 are really tight.
And Jeff and Cam just keep edging closer and closer and closer. Every fair, it seems like Ronnie will win 2, Jeff will win 3. Ronnie wins 1, Jeff wins 2. And the gap was a lot larger. It was double digits about 2 weeks ago, and it just keeps shrinking.
Yep, it's.
I'm peeking over your shoulder here, Susan. Looks like Don Irvine Jr. next on the list.
Yeah.
What is he, 70 years old now?
71, I believe.
71, and where was it? Somewhere last week he won 7?
Wellington, up at Lorain County.
7 races on the
Roger
card.
and I were there that day.
Unbelievable.
He and Rosie Weaver are working like clockwork together. I mean, he's driving almost everything for Rosie right now, and clicking like clockwork. And it was funny. Roger and I ran into him after we were done grabbing something to eat. Again, we go back to food.
Yes.
And he was on his way leaving Wellington, going to Northfield. He had to drive in the first at Northfield. So his day was not done either.
Jeez. Some of these drivers, the young guys do that all the time. Race at the Meadows in the Northfield, and
Yeah.
race at 2 or 3 different county fairs, or go from a county fair to Scioto Downs maybe. But boy, when you get up to that age to be able to do that, good for him.
It's a tough life.
Yes, it is.
The aches and pains.
Right.
It's not easy sitting in that race bike.
No, I
It is
can't
not.
imagine.
Yeah. Here we have Ronnie Gillespie coming by. As we said, he's the leading driver in all county fairs across the state. This is the first year we've done this, and Roger Houston's keeping track of it all. And we've never done a statewide driver and trainer top 10 or top 20.
Right.
So it's kind of fun.
Give a little credit to Austin Scott too. He and Roger kind of
Yes.
working together on this to make sure that they're getting them all. In fact, they had an issue today. The USTA, what was reported on their site was not what happened yesterday, so they were trying to coordinate that because they compare numbers, Roger and Austin do, and the numbers weren't right, so they went back and figured everything out today to make sure we had the proper numbers. And I don't know if you saw it, but it looks like Ronnie's sporting a new pair of colors.
I was
New
going
set
to
of
say
colors,
that.
yeah.
I was going to say that. It's been a good year for Ronnie. He's got some bright new colors
rich
out there.
blue.
He's looking good. Looking good.
We've had some great interviews with Ronnie Gillespie and him telling us, where he came from and how his history got him here to Ohio, and it's quite interesting. He's been quite a number of different places.
I'll have to listen to some of that.
Yeah.
I spoke to him back in the barn area before the races tonight, and yeah, he's such a nice guy,
Yeah.
and like you said, always so easy to talk to.
Yes, yeah, really, really eager to tell his story, because he was in Chicago for many years,
Really?
and then went to Indiana, and he comes from Alabama, right, Frank? I think
Mississippi, I
it is
think.
Mississippi, and quite interesting.
Let's go up to Bill Peters and the call.
Tailored well, our holy terror with Gerald Jett on the outside in the first tier. One trailer, Mr. Nuttin' Nice. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They here off and pacing the first horse away to the rail is Seaside Meditation. Up on the outside second is Fear of the Elves. Up on the outside third, that's Gerald. That is now our holy tear. At the rail fourth, that is Mr. Nice. We got fifth now. It's Okia. On the outside sixth is Tailored Well. The last horse is Gerald Jett. Going toward that quarter mile mark, Pierce Henry has Seaside Meditation on top by 2 lengths. Facing second is Fear of the Elf, driven by Louis LeMond. Right there third, Mr. Nuttin' Nice, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. And fourth is Our Holy Terror, driven by Jason Merriman. First quarter was paced in 29 and 2/5 seconds. Racing around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's Seaside Meditation by 2 lengths. Racing second is Fear of the Elf. Racing in there third as they race down toward the half-mile mark. That is Mr. Nuttin' Nice. Racing in there fourth, that's Our Holy Terror. Fifth is Okiel. In there sixth, Gerald Jett. And the last horse is Tailored Well.
There he goes.
First half paced in 1 minute and 1/5 seconds. Horses are to make a move out of that three-hole comes Mr. Nuttin' Nice. That's still Seaside Meditation with the lead. Pacing up on the outside second is Mr. Nuttin' Nice. At the rail third, that's Fear of the Elf. Right to fourth is Our Holy Terror. Moving up on the outside fifth, it is Gerald Jett. Coming back sixth is Okiel. The last horse, Tailored Well. Going toward that quarter mile mark now, Mr. Nuttin' Nice takes over by 2 lengths over Seaside Meditation. On the outside third is Our Holy Terror. 3/4 in 1:30 and 1/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for Painter. Now, Mr. Nuttin' Nice opens to about 5 lengths on Seaside Meditation. Still holding on third, that's Our Holy Terror. At the Fourth is Fear the L. As they race for home, that's Mr. Nut and Nice and Seaside Meditation. It's gonna be Mr. Nut and Nice, and here the outcome. Seaside Meditation up for place. Looks like up the show was Gerald Jett.
1 and 7.
And the fourth horse was Our Holy Terror.
Well, looked like Ronnie Gillespie and Mr. Nut and Nice. Unofficially, Seaside Meditation second and Gerald Jett third.
And tonight we've got Bill Peters mic'd up individually because we couldn't get into the. We tried a couple of things, and every time Bill turns to the backside, he breaks up. When he turns towards us, we get good audio. We get a big crowd going into the winner's circle here.
Oh, yes, we do. Lots of kids. I did not hear the final time. I know it was 2 minutes and something. Ronnie Gillespie actually holds the 2-year-old colt pace record here with Rockin' Republic from last year in 58 and 4. So I know we didn't break that because we went in 2 minutes and something tonight. Mr. Nut and Nice is a Racing Hill colt out of a Western Ideal mare owned by Charles Hurst of Houston, Texas, trained by Roshan Trigg. I have a feeling that a lot of the people that are in the winner's circle are probably members of the, what is that?
Mollenkoff family?
Mollenkoff family.
Moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go, coming in all the way from Houston, Texas, comes number 7, Mr. Nut and Nice, owned by Charles Hurst Jr., trained by Roshan Trigg, and driven to victory this evening by Ronnie Gillespie. Now this is the Dean Dino Mollenkoff Trophy Race.
Looks like Ronnie doesn't have any help with that horse. So
let's go ahead here for Ronnie Gillespie and Mr. Nut and Nice. And to the representatives of Dean Dino Mollenkoff.
Looks like the caretaker got there after the picture was taken. Yeah.
Yes. Kids all running across the track, seeing who can be the fastest kid.
That's what it's all about.
It is. Human or horse, whoever's fastest. We do have a lot of horses and equipment coming around right here, though.
We got people, we got horses, we got equipment, we got a little bit of everything.
Everybody watch out.
Another
another horse. Now Brad's directing human traffic, so.
And we talked about another nice crowd here out to watch racing.
Was third, and number 7, Mr. Nut and Nice, was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 2/5. The half was in 1 minute and 1/5. The 3 quarters in 1:30 1/5, with a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5. From the top it should read 2, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 1 on the bottom, a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5.
Okay, so I'll give you that rundown in case you didn't hear it all. Mr. Nut and Nice was the winner. Seaside Meditation was second. Gerald Jett third. Our Holy Terror finished fourth. Tailored Well was fifth. Okie L was sixth. And Fear the L was seventh. 29 2, 1 minute and a fifth, 1:30 1, and 2 minutes flat. You know, it was 2 minutes flat used to be. That was like the standard. Now it's much, much faster. I don't know what is the standard now, but
I don't even know, but it's a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
And I've told this story before when I used to hang out with my dad down at Scioto Downs and, kind of falling in love with this sport. On a Saturday night, if we had every race go in under 2 minutes, that was huge.
Yeah.
That was a huge deal. And now they probably pretty much all go in under 54 or something.
That's right.
On a Saturday night.
Yes. Yeah, when the average time is like 52 or
right.
something. When I was a kid, my dad had a horse, and the driver came back. We were racing at Springfield, Illinois, and the driver came back, and it was that time the driver still carried watches, and he showed my dad the watch, and he said, look, he just paced in 2 minutes flat. And that was so exciting. He didn't win,
deal,
but
right?
and it was just so great. But times have changed.
Yes, they have.
Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Hey everyone, if you like horses, you'll love our podcast called Horsing Around. I'm Michelle Gatchell.
And I'm Kelly Bell. And we talk to horse breeders, trainers, and owners about something we all have in common: horses.
We have as much fun learning about horses as we hope you do listening to the people telling us their stories.
Listen Saturday mornings on WDLRradio.com.
Horsing Around is sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Hey, speaking of Kelly Bell, who was just on that WDLR spot, she was one of our helpers at Charity Night.
I saw her there.
Yeah, we had
leading people around and getting them where they needed to be.
Yeah, we had a great night at Scioto Downs on Saturday night. We had 20 different charities that came and raced for the money. They were we drew for their horses, and so we had 2 races of 10, and each charity had a horse, and they got to come in the winner's circle and cheer for their horses, and it was extremely exciting and fun night.
I think they all had a really good time from what I could tell, you know, back in the paddock, getting a picture taken with their horse and standing in there cheering them on. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed it.
And we owe a big thanks to you, Brad. You hustled all over the place. I mean, I know we were exhausted when it was all said and done, and I know you had to feel the same way.
It worked out very well, and almost the way you did it this year, because there's only a 2-race paddock or 2 or 3 race paddock at Scioto now, with the restrictions and things like that. So we had to take them all over at one time and get pictures, and it went so well, and it was almost easier than when we've done it in the past, where we've made 4 or 5 trips over there. That does get a little crazy.
Yeah.
But no, everything worked out so well, and you guys had everything organized. All your helpers did such a great job.
We had a lot of good people helping us. I have to give out a shout to Ben Ober, because he was such a big help getting the people in and out of the starting gate rides. So they went to the paddock. Wendy Ross was there. They had interviews in the winner's circle in between races, so they could tell the world about their charity. And it was just really, really a fun, great night.
And it's funny that, it spread out farther than you think. I got a call yesterday. The Buckeye Diamond Club is one of our charities, and they are donating their money that they received to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for one of their former players, Zach Farmer from Piketon, who passed away while he was at Ohio State from leukemia. We tried to get the Farmers up there, but they were unable to make it. But some of their friends happened to be from Piketon, happened to be at Scioto Downs watching, and called and said they're talking about Zach and what they're doing. So he was very grateful for that as well. So, even the people there knew what was going on and spread the word as well. So we're really happy with everything.
Yeah,
it was great.
We are going to do another one of those charity nights at Dayton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this will be the first year we've tried it at Dayton, so it's going to be another big night. So
obviously, we didn't tell Brad yet.
I did not know that.
Whoops. Guess what, Brad?
and what day is that, so I can make sure that's on the calendar?
That is, we sort of gave Brad short notice for this one at Scioto.
At least we'll give you a little bit longer notice this time. It's in October, I think.
It's October 9th.
Okay.
Yep. I have written down here Dayton Charity Night tentative. I can scratch out the tentative because it is for sure. It is the same night as the Ohio Fair Championships.
Fair Finals. I was just looking at that schedule earlier today, trying to get a handle on when some of those things were. So yeah, Fair Finals that night and Charity Night.
Yep. So any of you that have been watching these fair races all summer, we would encourage you to come to Fair Championship Night, the fair finals, and at Dayton Raceway, and see all these great horses in person.
Probably Ronnie Gillespie down there winning a couple of races too.
I'll bet he will be.